the story about a grubby little guy who doesn't know it yet, but he's in for a big change.
Grub was happy doing his grub things, eating leaves and doing other grub things. He'd eat his leaves all day and have grubby things to say. When he was asked to comment on what might be one day,
he said, I'll keep doing things my grub way. It's my way from day to day. What may be one day. Till then I'll stick to my grubby way.
Grub was happy doing his grub things, eating leaves and doing other grub things. Grub was happy doing his grub things, eating leaves and doing other grub things. Grub went on with the way that took him day to day, thinking things that made him say, what if things worked another
and
way?
He said, I've been doing things my grub way. It's the same old stuff day to day. Perhaps there is another way, so I can change my grubby way.
Grub was happy doing his grub things, eating leaves and doing other grub things. Grub was happy doing his grub things, eating leaves and doing other grub things. Grub went on and changed his ways. Woke one day and Grub felt strange. Wrapped himself up and slept for days. Woke up again and he was amazed.
I was happy to do my bit, fit myself into where I fit. Never knew how free I could be, couldn't tell I could be me. I settled in and I did my thing. Never knew I was gonna, never knew I was gonna grow wings, living my life day to day. Now everyone can hear me say, Grub was happy that he tried new things, so very happy he loved his wings. Recapping tonight's top stories. Grub was happy that he tried new things, so very happy he loved his wings. Back to you in the studio.
G'day there, you mob. Hello and good morning, good evening, good afternoon, deplete where applicable, I suppose. I trust everybody is well and exceedingly excited for the silly season that has begun and is upon us. That's great, isn't it? Change of surroundings today. If you can't tell, or was I in here last week? I can't remember. It's too bloody hot outside. I can't do it out there. So I've popped the air conditioning on. Nice and cold in here now. Much better. I mean, it's not for me. It's for the computer, to make the computer run more efficiently. Yeah. James Hukulak back to first cab rank. Well done, James. Big bucket of kudos in the post to you. Big D. Big D's probably already off and away. Back just in time for movie talk. Rack, hello there, sir. How are you? Anthony, g'day, mate. Long time. No see. How's things going? I trust you well, brother. Mickham. Crikey. Bloody early in the morning over there, Mickham. 4:20 a.m. Morning smoker. Vitra, g'day to you. Yeah, well, if I was outside today, Anthony, I'd probably be as naked as I could get. But yeah, thankfully I have the temperature set to 20 degrees Celsius. Not sure what that is in Fahrenheit. Probably about 50, 55, something like that. No, probably not even that big. But yeah, it's cold enough to wear a shirt in here. G'day, GRB. How are you, mate? Danny Ken. How are you, Kenny? Good to see you. Yeah, I had a slightly delayed start because I was sort of hopping around between the ladies' night stream and Bentley's giveaway stream, and he was doing another giveaway just as I started, and I entered. But yeah, now I don't know if I won or not. Probably didn't. There's lots of people there. 68. Thank you, Rack. Yeah, I'm not sure if we'll have any other people along tonight. Oh, vision's gone all interesting, isn't it? I don't know if that's coming through on your screens. Yeah, I'm not sure if we'll see Scungy today. I've not heard from Corvus, and I don't want to go too long today because I have a pile of jobs piling up, a list of jobs piling up. Let's try it that way. Yeah, we've got many, well, 28 people coming for Christmas Day. Big group of family. So, being that my fish room area is the entertaining area for large groups of people, I've had to give it a thorough tidy up, which has been good because there's been a certain amount of things that I've been procrastinating on for quite a few months now. And it finally forced my hand and made me rectify the state it was out there. I've still got a lot of stuff to move and hide and find spots for, and there's not many spots left around here after 50 years of hoarding, more. But anyway, that's enough moaning about that. The best thing about still having jobs to do is that all of my jobs I've got to do are out there in the heat. So that's going to be a fun afternoon. But it's more comfortable drinking beers in the afternoon heat than getting up early in the morning to do jobs. And yeah, thinking that you should have a beer at 9 a.m. just so you can get through your jobs. Yeah. Anyway, I've done a stack of jobs today already. And some more. And then some more again. And yeah, jobs. It's a bit like that at this time of year, though, isn't it? All those things that you've been putting off for months, you finally get around to. Yeah, Mickham, birds everywhere at the moment. We've got a lot of, what do you call them, fledglings, I guess, of the bigger birds getting around now. So yeah, the youth, the babies that have come out of the nest and are almost like adults but still a bit stupid. So lots of extra birds floating around at the moment. And yeah. R.I.P. Catfish Mama. Whose catfish died? Yours, Vitra. Never good, no matter what type it is. One of my I love my currawongs. One of my favourites. My currawong, I've been befriending one. I don't know if you were here for my befriending the currawong story. Or even was that on my stream? That might have been on Pam's stream some other weekend. But anyway, yeah, I've been befriending a currawong because they're generally very flighty around, humans. But yeah, this guy's getting more and more tame. Doesn't fly off when I get too close. Just walks away a bit. G'day, two Dougs. And Gaffer, bored old fart. Hope you're not too bored today, Gaffer. But yeah, loads of cool birds around. But yes, one of my bestest things I did with having to move shit is I had a 3-foot fish tank with a table behind it, and then this lovely bench that was just covered in junk, and I cleared all the junk off, cleared the table off, got rid of the table, put the tank up on the bench, got rid of the tank stand. So I've gained myself an extra 2.5, 3 meters of space. That's quite good. I like the extra space, and the tank looks nice against the brick wall too. It's good. It's all good. All right. That answers one of my earlier questions.
What have you done?
I was concerned that I, hadn't heard from you or Scungy, so I thought I was just going to do a solo show today.
Well, you know how it is. I just didn't text you back.
Yeah, well, that's generally generally that's all I go on. Knowing that you're coming is that I can see that the message is read or not in my messenger, and it wasn't. So you've done well to copy and paste that without it appearing as read. You crafty, sneaky Facebooker, you.
I'm a crafty fella. So what's happening? It looks like you moved everything around. What's going on here? What is happening?
Yeah, I have to make space for copious amounts of human beings on Saturday.
Oh.
So it forced my hand and made me clean up my space, and it's going to revitalize my interest in that section out there, because it's no longer a shit fight of a mess.
I see.
Oh, right. That's what R.I.P. Catfish Mama meant. Catfish Terry's wife died. Well, that's terribly unfortunate.
Catfish Terry? Who's Catfish Terry?
I think he's a Florida guy. He does a few live streams and used to do a lot of videos and stuff.
Huh. Well, that's tragic either way. That's awful.
Big time. Yeah, it is. Danny Ken. That's good that he's got a middleman to pass on the support and receive support as well, Danny Ken. So yeah, by all means, pass on my best wishes to Terry on behalf of myself and Scungy. No doubt, and on behalf of Joel as well.
Yeah, man.
G'day, Aubrey.
That's a bummer.
Well, that brought the room down.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, what happened? Yeah, what's up with that? I gotta share this out. We gotta copy the link. Did Aubrey share it out already?
I cannot see a link. Maybe my chat's behind everyone else's chat.
Oh no, I'm sharing the live stream.
Oh, right. This link. Gotcha. Hello, Alyssa. Did I say hi to Aubrey? I think I did. Hi again, Aubrey. Now you've got 3. That's rare. Yeah, so 3-foot tank in a new position, up against a wall instead of right out in the middle of everything, creating messes and hidey holes for shit.
Yeah,
I think that was my biggest problem was I had too much space directly behind the tank that I could constantly just poke shit, and then it was out of my line of sight, and I didn't worry about it.
Just poking stuff back there.
Yeah, everything was back there. I found wave makers and filters and extra heaters and plastic plants that I didn't know I had, all piled up in shit. But yeah, now it's much better. Plus, I've got all this dance space out there now. I'm tempted to set up my little pool out here on the concrete in the vacant space now, just for the hot weather. But yeah, I'll probably be sensible and put it out on the grass under a tree instead. Too many bloody kids splashing around in it. I'll splash water on all my electricals.
Too many kids splashing about?
There probably will be, but I'm tempted not to give myself that extra job of setting up the pool just so it alleviates one job from my list, or eliminates, I should say. But you know, I also feel like being an uncle and a great uncle comes with great responsibility, and one of those main responsibilities is setting up the pool. So I may have to actually do it. That's all right, Vitra. I was just trying to make light of it. Trying to bring it back the other way a little bit. But it's all right. I'd prefer to know about these things going on than to be completely unaware of it. G'day, BJ. Missed you sneaking in there. Good luck. Go well with the kids project, and Merry Christmas back to you, BJ. I hope you have a great time. Got any big plans yourself for the Christmas day? I know you've had a rough week with a crook kid and whatnot. She actually got the COVID, or are you just fearful that it might be COVID related?
Oh no, she has COVID.
Yeah, right. I thought your wording in your thingy was a little bit ambiguous, but it's good to know that that's what you meant.
No, she for 100% has COVID. She's been sick all week.
Grace. G'day, Z-Beam.
How you doing, fellas?
She's been disgustingly sick all week. Tested positive for COVID. So yeah, it's been nothing but chaos here the last week, if not more. I don't know how long it's been. So Christmas is canceled. Can't do Christmas. So I don't know. We might try to do Christmas like a week late, but who knows? But yeah, I mean, she's doing better now. But she was, she's been sick for days and has verified COVID. I don't know which varietal, but she has one of them.
Don't you have to make a special request to find out what your variety is?
I think that they're only doing that like testing, just like on the county level and stuff to see what is around or whatever from the positive tests, So, but she's recovering, so we'll see. But like, Vicky and I are pretty much locked down. Like I'm still going to work because, like my work's isolated. So kind of drive up there, work all day in the isolated workspace, and then drive back home. So, there's that. But, Vicky has been watching Olivia all week and stuff. And, it's just kind of chaos. But
yeah,
what are you going to do, man? There's a whole bunch of people that think it's fake. They don't think it's real. They think the vaccine's not real. They think all this is just a waste of time. And, I was looking it up today and like just the United States is over 800,000 people,
currently
dead.
With it.
No, dead.
Right. Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's not even just the amount of people with it, So, I kind of been ranting about it the last couple of days. I've been online and whatnot, but, yeah, there's a small percentage of our population. What do you call it? 20% of people who are they just don't care about anybody else. I think that's really what it boils down to. And I think, I think as humans, I think we all could probably recognize that like 1 out of 5 people that we know are kind of jerks and don't really care about anybody. So the numbers kind of checks out, But yeah, it's pretty frustrating, and it's especially frustrating because, Olivia's 3. She doesn't know that Christmas is canceled. She doesn't know that the plans have been canceled and all the stuff is not going to happen, because we just never told her. It's like you don't tell kids stuff like 3 weeks in advance. Like you just wait till the day and it's like we're going to grandma and grandpa's and they're like, oh wow, all right, so. But we'll see if we could do it a week late, and that kind of stuff. She probably won't even know what's going on, but it's a big pain in the ass.
It's a sensible way to do it anyway.
Well, it's a big pain, and it's the oh, hold on a second. So it's just a big pain, and
G'day, local Austin New. How are you, mate?
I mean,
And
luckily,
I saw someone else
luckily it's like,
Nola. Hi, Nola.
we
Chris
don't
Robertson.
know. I
Hey,
don't know if
Jack.
she's going to have long COVID. She hasn't even tested negative yet. So, like, we don't even know what's going on,
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing, is that we go like, well, maybe we'll just do Christmas a week later. But I don't know how long she's going to test positive for, or how long she's going to be sick. Because technically, she's running around now, but like she was down for like 4 days. And she's like running around, but she still has like a gnarly cough. And how long is that going to last? I don't know. She might be coughing for the next month, which means that she won't be able to go to daycare.
Yeah, true.
Because they'll be like, oh, she has a cold or something. She's coughing on the other kids. Like they don't let you go to daycare if you're doing that. They send you home. So and for Vicky and I, we're both vaccinated and we've had our booster shots and all that stuff. So we haven't had any symptoms, even though the COVID baby's been coughing. I mentioned this yesterday. She coughed in my mouth like the other day. So
Oh shit.
I'm fully exposed, and she coughed in my eyes a couple days before that. So but so far I've only tested negative. So I'll just keep testing and see if I come positive or not. But I've only tested negative, so we'll see what happens, and then kind of go from there. But like I said, here's the thing that's screwed up is that like we don't know how long it's gonna last.
Yeah.
Because if she keeps testing positive, she can't go back to daycare. If she can't go back to daycare, then at least one of us can't be working, right? Because you can't, because no one can come over and watch her.
Yeah. Big old life lesson in patience, isn't it?
That's pretty stupid. It's pretty stupid because we're like 18 months in, and this is where we're at still, like a bunch of idiots just walking around. I don't know.
I had a good conversation with a friend last night, and we were talking about how people who were testing positive for COVID should be publicly making people aware of that, and like say in your situation, you can't get someone without COVID to look after your child, but you could get someone who already has COVID to look after your child.
Who already has it?
Yeah.
Like currently is sick?
Yeah.
I can't have somebody currently sick come to my house.
I know, it's ridiculous, but it's just the nature of the situation.
Well, no, I mean that's absolutely ridiculous. Like that's
I know it's ridiculous.
That would, yeah. Well, what I'm saying is that's antithetical to like medical advice. To like, hey, sick people take care of sick people. Let's promote that. That's not good. So I mean, the unfortunate thing is that like if she was in the hospital, like there's protocols, and if all three of us were super sick or whatever, we potentially could get somebody to come here and help. But it's like they'd have to wear PPE, a gown and all that kind of crap, and not get COVID all over them or whatever. But like we're both vaccinated, we've both got our boosters and that kind of stuff, and here's the weird thing is that like even though I've been tested like probably 30 times or something. That's a lot. I've been tested a lot. I couldn't tell you if I've caught it or not. You know what I mean? Like if there was 2 days where I was just like tired or something, and like I could have caught a small case of it or something, and that could be added immunity. Who knows? But
absolutely,
like all of the times I've been tested have been negative. So like that's the weird thing is that like not only have I been vaccinated 3 times, like I may have caught it at some point and just didn't even know. So
shrugged it off.
I might have that immunity going on too. But the unfortunate thing is that our daughter has tested positive, so she can't go anywhere until she tests negative, or or she has no symptoms, no symptoms at all, and then 24 hours after that. So if she's
Yeah.
like all clear, no more coughing or anything like that, then you wait 24 hours and kind of go, must have recovered. But yeah, we get another round of testing on Friday. I think. Yeah, Friday, and then we'll see what's going on after that. But it's all everything is like play it by ear, at this point. So it's a bummer. It's totally stupid. But
I did did see your request there before, Rack, but it's been a long time since I've picked up a ukulele. I can't even remember some of the chords, so I might get it out and start to practice on it again once I get all my jobs done, and I'll see what I can knock up for you in a week or two. It's been ages since I've played it.
Do you guys have big Christmas plans? Is that why you moved everything in your house?
Yeah, I've been told I have 28 people coming on Saturday.
Oh my god!
Wow.
And
you're going to be a hot spot.
Yeah, well, it's funny you mention that too, because my younger son, he was in the company of someone at the weekend. I'm not sure if he means the weekend just gone or the last weekend, who is now tested positive because his mate hasn't tested positive. His mate is a close contact because his housemate is positive.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, he's got to go off and get a COVID test and hopefully get the results so he can actually hang out with people. But yeah, that's exactly my biggest, apart from just being a slob and having a really messy outdoor area. Yeah, the Christmas visitors has been my main motivation for cleaning up out there and gaining so much space. Yeah, I reckon I could fill up 2 pretty big size box trailers in no time flat with trash that I could chuck out from, stored in the back of sheds and poked in the back of cupboards and whatnot.
28 people. I don't, man. I don't even want 28 people over at my house like non-COVID time. I don't know how I would deal with 28 guests at this point. Like, I don't know, man. There's too many of you people. I don't watch my live stream or something. I don't know. I'll talk to you that way.
The best thing is that it's being very well organized on the food front. So none of the food has to be, or small amounts of the food have to be made here.
Not bad. Not bad.
On the morning of. So lots of food is getting brung or brought. What was the other thing? Oh, yeah. Oh, just gone. I'll keep my eye out.
He just disappeared. My God.
But yeah, my other motivation, it's not friends, Aquamate. What you say is absolutely true. It's just family. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the other motivation is that the last few Christmases have involved me being chauffeur and driving not only on Christmas Day, but driving on Boxing Day as well to different locations.
Right.
So this time I've not been told of any Boxing Day thing. So just Christmas Day, and everyone's coming here. I don't have to drive anywhere. All the food's coming. My biggest responsibility is, cleaning up some shit, getting some tables ready, and maybe setting up a swimming pool.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'd prefer that than driving all over the countryside and having to refrain from, boozing on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going again.
He's in and out. He's in and out, man. He's in and out. I don't know how to say Vitra. I think I'm saying that right. Alberta, Canada, we're in some serious restrictions starting Christmas Eve. They're basically saying to just do Christmas in July. Yeah, I mean, and here's the thing. Like, I don't like any of the restrictions. I don't like any of the stuff. I want everybody to understand that. Like, I don't like any of the restrictions or having to wear a face mask or any of that kind of crap. I don't like that. Okay. I don't.
Mm.
And I want people to
Mm.
understand that. I don't like that. But you know what I like less? Dead people. I like
Yeah.
dead people less than wearing a face mask, or people that are out sick for like 3 months or 6 months, or God knows what's going to happen to them because they caught a virus that we have no idea what the long-term effects are, right? When I was a kid, all of the parents would sort of on purpose give the kids chicken pox, because when we were kids, they would go, everybody get chicken pox, because when you catch it once, you get really sick for a week. And by the way, you get sick as hell with chicken pox.
Yeah, I remember.
And you get sick as hell for a week, but you won't catch it again because you'll have an immunity. Guess what? You know what chicken pox does? When you get older, that's the virus that gives you shingles.
And that
So
bloody
you
hurts.
and so you get shingles for the rest of your life. And guess who doesn't get shingles? People that never had chicken pox. Right? So when we talk about when virologists and epidemiologists and all those those doctor-ists that spend their whole entire lives working on these problems, right? When they go, yeah, we're not sure what the long-term effects are, that's what they're saying. There could be none. There could be shingles. There could be shingles part 2, electric boogaloo, right? You don't know what's going to happen to these people, what's going to happen to all these people that have been infected with this virus. I don't like any of that stuff. I like that stuff less than being minorly inconvenienced or a Christmas being a bummer, you know? I can recover from a bummer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can recover from I can recover from going down to the soccer field and get hit get hit in the balls by the soccer ball or something. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh crap, that's a bummer. I can walk it off. Hour later, I feel better, right? Oh, Christmas was canceled. That sucks. Bummer.
Yeah.
Whatever. We'll have a Festivus in January. I don't know. Whatever. But nobody knows what the effect of my daughter having caught this virus is going to have long term on her life. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
Nobody knows, because this stupid virus has only been around for 18, 19, 20, 24 months, however long they're assuming at this point. No one knows what the long-term effects of her having caught that. And that sucks, because she for sure has caught it. I speculated earlier that I may have caught it, because I might have at some point in time. I was able to get vaccinated, so I might have caught it and just not even known that I caught it. And it might not have been a big deal. My daughter was unable to get vaccinated because she's underage. She's under the age. She can't get vaccinated. So I'm pretty frustrated by that. And the thing is, all of that other stuff that I've gone through, wearing a mask, going over here. Oh, hey, I've got a hand sanitizer. Oh, I got to wait in line a couple extra feet behind somebody, or call in my order before I go and pick it up, and all the kind of crap that we've been going through. Sure, that stuff's all a pain in the ass, but I don't know if there's going to be a future pain in the ass that is going to be extraordinarily frustrating. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe she's going to end up with lung problems like I had because she caught this virus. I don't know. I spent 14 days in the ICU. Well, sorry, 13 days in the ICU, and then 3 months recovering because one of my lungs gave out, right? I'll just put it that way. Had a hole in one of my lungs, right? So, I was actually talking with one of the nurses like a couple weeks ago, that I was like, look, I know what it's like to be in the ICU, isolated by yourself, with chest tubes in, with infections, with all that crap, and just basically unable to breathe, and you're basically dying because of it. And that sucks, and somebody's like, oh, hey, you could get a vaccine and avoid that. Oh, okay. Yeah, cool. All right. It's on. But fine.
Emma, someone's just arrived.
So it's
Yeah.
just
Makes sense.
the whole situation is just pissing me off that I have to interface with
someone's
people
just arrived.
that just don't
Yeah.
care at all, and like I go to the hardware store and it's like, I'm a big construction worker. I don't need to wear a face mask while I'm here. Oh, okay, tough guy. Cool. Well,
Mm.
if you're in the ICU on a ventilator because you can't breathe and stuff in a month, I guess all that false bravado is going to pay off, right? And like I know people who have died from this virus. Like one of the guys was 42 years old. One of the guys was 38 years old. The other ones were older, 65, 70, and 70 something. But like the minor inconveniences are so easy to get past. Like it's so easy to get past. Oh, shoot, we're in lockdown. I'm not going to be able to go to the concert. Like that is a bummer. Yeah, okay. But guess what? The band didn't catch the virus. They didn't get sick. So they'll probably be back in 6 months. I'm gonna see him. Hopefully, I'll see him then. I don't know. But we just have this like obscene amount of people who are just acting super childish, and it's frustrating to me. I don't know. I feel like I'm grandstanding. Sorry. And I'm super pissed off that I don't get to see Spider-Man. Okay. I did not get to see Spider-Man last weekend. A bunch of, for lack of a better word, assholes got to go see Spider-Man. I can't see Spider-Man because there's nowhere to stream it. I can't even stream it from anywhere.
Yeah.
Because they're like, it's only in theaters, buddy. You better wait 6 weeks. I'm like, I have to wait 6 weeks? Oh, my God.
Yeah.
My mate Brett, he's already been set 3 times.
Oh, God. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. I don't even get to see Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange, Doc Ock. There's multiple doctors. Look at this. There's multiple doctors. I guess the Green Goblin comes out. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Willem Dafoe back in action.
I'm so excited. I'm telling you. Willem Dafoe is just like, if he's in a film or a movie,
yeah,
I'm gonna go see it. I'm gonna go see it because there's something weird's gonna happen in that I'm gonna be like, oh my God, I experienced that thing with Willem Dafoe.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I finally got around 2 nights ago to watching Into the Spider-Verse, the animated one.
That's really good.
Really cool. Yeah. Very cool.
I wonder if Vulture will make an appearance because the Vulture character, did he die or is he still alive at the end of the last movie?
I can't remember. I think he survived, right? Didn't he take off?
He was such a cool character, and it was like better than the original Batman that I grew up with in the 90s. Like
that's true. He definitely had like a lot more character to him than Michael
Batman,
Keaton, Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Like, hey guys, I'm drinking champagne. And I'm Bruce Wayne, but I'm also Batman. Well, but I think everybody has to respect the fact that Michael Keaton was essentially the first Batman, right? I mean, we know that Adam West was the first Batman,
but the movie Batman, cinematic
Adam West was like so campy that it's like
so campy. Yeah,
that's
ridiculous.
not even Batman. That's just Adam West being a goof. Like,
I
mean, the outfit doesn't even look right.
No.
Like it's all wrong. It's all wrong. Like, there's no brooding. He's all like, hey, I'm Batman. I'm here to save the day. Oh, pow. And you're like, what is going on? Is this what happens in this show? And they're like, yeah, there's 900 episodes of this. But
then the star of that show was Eartha Kitt, like as Catwoman. She was just fucking amazing.
I think everyone that's played Catwoman is
pretty amazing. Yeah.
Let's just say.
Was it Sharon Stone in one of the cinematic ones?
Was it Sharon Stone? I think, or was it Kim Basinger?
Kim Basinger.
Michelle Pfeiffer. Yeah. Was it Michelle Pfeiffer?
Michelle Pfeiffer. Yeah. Wow.
I think, Michelle Pfeiffer. Yeah.
Oh,
and
wow.
Halle Berry once.
She did really good. Yeah.
I'm just saying, like any of the Catwomen show up, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know,
Halle Berry's coming back to do that role, I've heard.
is she really?
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm there
in
for it.
the
I'm there
Batman.
for it, dude. I'm there for it. That's
Yeah.
good by me.
Wasn't there was another one in the old Adam West one as well, a Catwoman that was a white lady with long brown hair.
I'm all right. I'm looking it
Oh.
up.
Yeah, I can't remember her name, but she was divine. She was very good at it as well. But in answer to your question that I've had on the screen for about 40 minutes, Aubrey, it is a tradition for a lot of Australians to involve the water, whether it be the beach or having Christmas around the pool. Certainly a big thing because generally it's bloody hot at Christmas time here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on to your butts here for a second, there, fellow cowpokes. There have been 25 women who have played Catwoman.
Wow.
Yeah, 25.
Wow.
I was unexpected. I was expecting 6, maybe. Okay, check this out. Anne Hathaway,
Mm-hmm.
Zoe Kravitz, Michelle
I'll see you
Pfeiffer.
soon, BJ. Have a very good Christmas if I didn't miss you already. Sorry.
Then
Sorry,
we already
Paul,
had
let's go on.
Michelle Pfeiffer, Cameron Bicondova. I don't know who that person is. Halle Berry, Julie Newmar,
That might be the one
Eartha
that
Kitt,
I'm thinking of.
Lee Merriweather, Naya Rivera, Santa Lathan, Jennifer Morrison, Eliza Dushku. I mean, like, the list
Eliza
goes on.
Dushku.
Yeah.
When is maybe some
When we
animated
get
one?
into Cloudy.
Yeah.
It was Batman something.
Yeah, no, they're mine.
No, they're Josh's.
Yeah. Sorry.
Definitely, I would say in Cloudy's car. And Cloudy's
What is it?
Sorry, guys.
Batman Year One.
Hang on.
So I think
Julie Newmar was definitely the one that I was thinking of.
Yeah, Julie Newmar. Yeah.
She was awesome.
Indeed, my friend. Old Julie Newmar. There's a lot going on over here with images of Eliza Dushku. I'm gonna go ahead and close this window. That's too much.
What was that?
You can't be looking at that right now. You know what I'm saying? You can't be doing that.
She was in that show called Dollhouse, wasn't she?
Yep.
Yeah, that was
That
pretty
show
cool,
was show was surprisingly good. I went into it like this is gonna be terrible, and admittedly, whoever was writing that show was doing a pretty good job of I gotta watch next week. I don't know what. This is wild. It's wild stuff going on. What's gonna happen to that person? What's gonna happen over here? What's gonna happen over there? Oh, speaking of that, I've only seen 4 episodes of The Witcher so far. 2 thumbs up, bros. 2 thumbs up. 5 thumbs up.
Very good.
And go find some extra thumbs. So far, season 2. So if you like season 1, season 2 is way better than season 1 even.
Wow,
They've
that's saying something.
They've increased. It's gotten better, which is something. It's definitely something but season 1 had some issues. Season 1 had some we're just going to kind of make a show and it's about The Witcher, which is, it's like a video game. And there's maybe some books, but
if you
whatever.
played the game, you'll get it.
Yeah, we're just going to do some Witcher stuff. It's fine. And they kind of wrapped it up at the end of the season. But so far, like I said, we're only 4 episodes in. 4 episodes in so far. Good. And I got to admit,
definitely continue to enjoy it.
Like one of the video series I'm working on is, for lack of a better term, F the Wheel of Time by Amazon. And I'm comparing it with The Witcher because they have similar crew, right? Similar crew set, which is like one's Netflix, one is Amazon. So it's like you don't have Steven Spielberg, you don't have like Disney Studios or whatever. It's all kind of independent streaming service type stuff, right? And they have The Witcher has even less of a budget than The Wheel of Time. And it's like it seems like the Wheel of Time is shot on like camcorders from like 1989 or something, with a bunch of idiots that are like, "Yeah, we know how to make a show," while they embezzle money and come up with excuses of why they couldn't put monsters into it, or CGI, or I don't know, even follow the story of the book at all. So yeah, it's very weird. It's very
G'day,
diverse.
Riley.
Because
Fish
I was
keeping the maker here.
arguing with a fellow YouTuber the other day, who's very much a big fan of the series, and he was going, "Well, they couldn't afford to do any of those boat sequences because in the book there's a lengthy boat sequence where some of the boys are able to travel a long distance because they like get on a boat and the boat is like going fast. It's like getting on an airplane or something for them. The boat goes fast, and then they're like ahead of everybody trying to get to where everybody's trying to go when they get separated. And I go like, they didn't have any of those boat sequences. It's bullshit. They should have had those boat sequences in there because that's some pivotal stuff. That's pivotal stuff with character development. And the guy goes, they didn't have budget to shoot any of the boat sequences. And I said, they shot boat sequences that weren't in the book with a kid actor on a whole different set that was only used for that boat sequence. You're telling me they couldn't have done the boat sequence with the main characters? They had to do a boat sequence with a side character. What are you talking about? And he was like, "Oh, I didn't even think of that." And I'm like, "Yeah, trying to tell me there's no budget for making a wood plank deck and then putting a boat background? Like, what does that cost? It costs nothing." It's just bizarro world, so we'll see. We'll see if people receive my series or not, but they'll probably just be super pissed and then get mad and outraged.
Well, it's very it's been quite a polarizing show, hasn't it? Because people seem to either hate it or love it, and I'm quite enjoying it. But again, it's because I don't have any experience with the source material, so I think it's fine. G'day, Stephen P.
See, you think it's fine because you don't know what you're missing, right?
Exactly, and
so
you're not the only person
here's the
who's been saying that stuff. So I feel blessed.
Here's a parallel that you would probably easily grasp, right? So remember the first couple seasons of Game of Thrones, like probably 1 through 4, something like that, where it was like enthralling. You were like, "Oh my God, I cannot wait for next week." Like, holy crap, crazy stuff happened. Things were going on.
That was while they were staying true to the books.
Right. Then like 5 or 6, it gets kind of like, what? But it wasn't bad. But 7 and 8 just was like, what did these idiots do? They just wrote their own thing. And it was just a disaster, right? That's what's happening right now in season 1. You just don't know it. So the problem is that they're going to get to season 2 and 3, and none of this crap that they've written in here is going to make any sense because now they're going to not have source material that makes any sense moving on in the story, right? So like one of the things that they did is that Moiraine, the Aes Sedai, she has a lesbian love affair with the Amaryllis Seat, Suan Sanch, right? And the problem is that Moiraine gets married later in the books to a man who is in the show. But they've kind of written him out of the show. He sort of just showed up and then was like, "Yeah, whatever. All right, now I'm not in the show anymore." Right? And you're like, but later on in the book series, she gets married to the man.
Yeah, the TV podcast industries. It's a few English guys are doing a Wheel of Time podcast. They do a few different TV shows, and one of them has read the books and one hasn't. And the guy who has read the books was saying pretty much the same thing, that they've done a few really key things here to characters that have an involvement later on that they're not going to be able to work into the into the show due to that they've either wiped them out or made them completely different or taken their story somewhere completely else.
Right.
I'll just throw this out here. Maybe this is done on purpose to generate people talking about the show, which is free advertising. So the weirder or the worse you do something creates a sort of secondary hype level where people are talking about it, which means more people watch it, you know, and especially people who haven't read the books, they're going to accept it for what it is rather than trying to keep it close to the source material. You know, this is clever marketing.
It's a marketing thing, but it's a marketing thing that creates a giant deficit in the amount of money that you've invested into your product, right?
Yeah.
So like, let's say I get $2 million to build you a house, right? Which is a giant budget, right? Like, oh my God, $2 million, we're going to build a house, which is kind of how the budget of this show looks like. It's like $90 million or something.
Yeah.
So let's say I have $2 million to build you a house. And so I go and I build you a house. It's super shoddy. It falls over. And we get a ton of exposure. It's on the news. This guy's an idiot. The building caught on fire. It burned down after it fell over. You know, oh my God, we get a ton of advertising exposure, free exposure. Everybody's talking about it. You know, Joel's construction company built this stupid house. It burned down. Everybody knows my company now, but they know my company for being a failure, right? Which is generally what happened with the Game of Thrones, right? So the Game of Thrones guys are supposed to be making a bunch of, well, I think first off, they were supposed to be making a bunch of Star Wars movies, but they got fired from that. And they were supposed to be making some other shows, but they got fired from that too, because the reception was so bad with the show that they made by the end. Like the beginning of the show was great, but they ended the show like on purposely bad. And they got fired from those giant contracts that they got. And nobody is interested in any of the other Game of Thrones stuff.
Yeah.
They had 5 other shows in production that have all basically just been thrown in the garbage. All of that production money is in the garbage and stuff. Because nobody's really interested to see any of the other Game of Thrones stuff because, well, it sucked. Like, it was awful. Like, yeah, all the beginning was great and everything, but the ending was so bad that nobody wants to go back for it. So it's like, if you're HBO, you're going, we had one of the most successful shows of all time. Then we spent all these millions and millions of dollars on, or hundreds of millions of dollars on pre-production for all these other shows. Oops. I guess we're just going to not do those now. Oops. Which the Wheel of Time is easily a 10-season epic that you could be making that would be driving people to the Amazon platform for a long time. Right. And so that's why I'm so concerned by it, because I love the story. I love the books. I've talked to Vicky about it on numerous occasions. She's like, I don't know why you're so upset. And I go, the whole series is 4.4 million words, right? I've read it all multiple times. I'm invested in it. It's something that I've spent time like understanding, knowing what's going on in the story. Oh, this, that. Oh, wow, that really connected 5 books later. Oh my God, that's insane. That's like how crazy stuff happens in the real world, you know? And it's one of those things that like you're really ruining the legacy of something that is one of the biggest fantasy selling series of all time. Like, you know, you have a fan base. They've sold 90 million copies of the book series.
Do you think in today's day and age that potentially they don't see the potential for it? I just use potential in the sentence twice. They don't see the potential for a TV show to go that many seasons. Like, say you predicted 10 seasons worth of story there. If they maybe consider that you're lucky if you get 5 seasons of a TV show these days. Maybe they're just trying to reconstruct the whole thing.
I mean, Game of Thrones was 8 seasons. How many seasons was Lost?
11.
11?
It was quite a few, yeah.
You know, how many seasons was MASH, right?
Oh.
What's the
I think the key word to my question was the first bit that said in this day and age. You know, MASH was the 60s and Lost was the 90s or early 2000s. What was the other one you said? Game of Thrones was 8, but well, let's call Game of Thrones 6 because the last 2 don't count.
What is that
Boss
show?
was only 6, was it? One Crew, hello. Oh yeah, forgot to mention too. Delaska Curtis came in again with the same comment as last time. We can't tell if you're a robot or not, Delaska, but we think you might be.
Hey, you guys remember this show Supernatural? Do you remember that show?
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
it, but never watched it.
See, I never
Some
watched
reason
it.
I didn't.
I never watched it. Vicky likes it. It's like her little. It's like her little secret. It's like her secret that she likes it.
does-
You know, like,
it
oh, I
does
really
seem
like
to
that show
be-
because I like those boys. You know, and I'm like, great.
Yeah, it's
Great.
certainly female
What
centric.
do you want, like? Yeah, what do you want, like chiseled jaw guy, like showing up in my spouse's feed? You know what I'm saying? But I do like the show too, and I give her a hard time about it because it's really like a goofy show. But like that show just ended last year after 16 seasons, and they didn't end because they had bad ratings or anything like that. It just literally was like, yeah, we're just done. We don't have any more shows to make.
I know the real reason they stopped.
But
Because all
They're
the
old?
ladies stopped. Yeah, all the ladies stopped finding those 2 dudes cute now.
They got old.
I think they're still finding those 2 dudes cute. I mean, give me a damn break, man. I mean,
G'day, Xanadu. How are you, Mark?
they're
Have you
not
heard about-
the guys I'm going after. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not.
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
not. They're
Have
not.
you
my,
heard about
they're not my cut.
the fan
but
fiction about
Those
it?
are- but those are 2 good-looking dudes, man. Like hands down. Still, I mean, what are
there's
they?
all this-
40, maybe?
Yeah, there's all this incestuous fan fiction that's been written about them.
Yeah,
About
it's pretty
who?
popular.
About
the 2
Supernatural
brothers
boys.
in the Supernatural, yeah, which
Right.
is pretty perverse, but you know it gets the ladies hot. You know,
Yeah. So my point with that is that like, so you look at other Amazon shows like The Boys, right? Like that is a fantastic show, and they want it to run for 10 seasons,
yeah,
right? And they tried it out with the first season. They spent a lot of money. They spent a lot of money, and they did that first season, and they're gonna keep doing them because it brings people to the Amazon platform to watch that show. It's got, I mean, that's just like a all brand new. It's not brand new, but it's new to most people. Superheroes, right? They're like, oh, we are gonna compete with Marvel airtime now, right? So it makes sense that you'd be wanting to do that. You look at Invincible, right? Invincible's a crazy comic book that has probably 100 books or something like that. So you have a ton of source material. You can slightly change storylines and kind of speed things up or slow things down or whatever you kind of want to do for the TV show. But they haven't like greatly deviated from the storyline, right?
Yeah,
And
I've heard they're doing.
They
well
want to
with-
make Invincible. They want to make 10 seasons of that because it brings people to the platform to come watch it, right? The whole reason they're making the Wheel of Time is that they got the Wheel of Time. They bought the rights to that, and they bought the rights to, guess what? The Lord of the Rings, and they're making a new Lord of the Rings series. So they want in the wintertime, the Wheel of Time to come out, and the summertime, Lord of the Rings to come out. And have that offsetting fantasy series, and then you have your superhero series, and then I'm sure they have some kind of Bridges of Madison County dudes in high collar frilly jackets, you know, being romantic or whatever, and then they probably have some other shows that they're doing too. But
Outlander.
they want to
That's the
hit all
popular
those
one.
genres. Well, that's the
Yeah,
thing. They want to hit
yeah.
all those genres, and they don't
Yeah.
have Star Wars. They don't have Star Trek. So it's like they have The Expanse. They bought The Expanse from Sci-Fi, and they're
Yeah.
continuing making The Expanse because people are like, oh my God, I want to keep watching The Expanse.
Yeah,
They go watch The Expanse on Amazon, and then they order some toilet paper, and they order a fish tank filter, and then they order some socks for their grandma or something. And guess what?
Yeah.
Amazon makes its money
yeah.
because not only are they doing streaming stuff, but they're also a reseller. So that's their whole reason for doing these shows. And my thing that upsets me is that when you screw the pooch this hard in the first season, Amazon just goes, "Oh, cut bait, we're done."
Yeah.
And that to me is a huge bummer because I would like there to be 5 seasons or something. Does anybody remember Firefly? Remember?
Oh yeah.
Remember
Oh,
when
yeah.
Fox decided to play it at like 11:45 on Thursday nights or some kind of crazy it
Canned
Captain
it.
Insano time slot?
Yeah.
And then for the last 20 years, everyone's been going, make season 2. What the fuck's wrong with you? You know? And they're like, well, I mean, like Joss Whedon's making a vampire thing, so we can't really. And then like the guy's like he's in a show, and so we just can't get the people. And it's like, secure some money, tell them to show up when it's time to shoot, and the people will show up. Like, what are you talking about? Like, they're like, oh, we don't know if we could do it. But as a fan, we all sit here and go, where's season 2 of Firefly? And then they end up having to make a movie where Wash gets stabbed in the heart by a reaver tree or something. I don't know. It was like a big giant stick, you know? Like, and then you go like, well, that's the ending now. Everybody's dead. Book's dead, Wash is dead, and then that's the end. And then just F everybody. Like you're all screwed. And here's the thing. The actors make their money, the production staff makes their money, the production company makes their money, and the fans, we just sit here empty-handed going like, well, that's it? Oh, great. I guess we'll just watch season 1 again or something. You know? And that's a bummer to me, man, because like I don't know, man. I'm a huge fan of stories and content and stuff like that, and I would like to see more of good story writing and stuff like that come to be. So, you know.
Yeah, Firefly. The way that Firefly did the movie to close out their storylines and whatnot, not indeedly by choice, but that concerns me about the Venture Brothers. Such an awesome animated series, and now they're finishing it out with a movie-length episode, which, like I say, a great fear of mine is that they may not achieve everything they set out to achieve by doing this, but hopefully they do it the right way. And that does remind me, Z-Beam, I was going to get you to hold up your drink again. I saw the Insta for the Sassy Skits mix the other day.
Yep. Apparently it's a web series about Sassy Sasquatch. I've never seen it.
You've never seen the Big Les show?
Oh, it's off Big Les. Okay.
You know,
I've watched
Big
a little bit of it. Yeah, I do know Big Les. Yeah, but I haven't watched consistently.
It's really good now. If you go on YouTube, they have a playlist on the Big Les official YouTube channel of chronological order of the episodes, because the way they were originally released, there was a couple out of place and stuff. Yeah. It's a very good playlist. I did it again not too long ago.
So
always
I'll read you the back. It says, "What's going on, mate? Sassy here. Hoping you're enjoying the Bev.
Well, you're not gonna do it in Sassy's voice.
I don't know Sassy's voice. Help brew it in everything. Hey, don't tell the fellas at Yuli's Brews, but I chucked in a few things in the vat when they weren't looking, so it gives a bit more of how you're going. Try not to worry when your forehead sweats come on, and ignore the increased heart palpitations or possible nosebleeds. Just give it a couple more hours and you'll thank me for it, Just keep it a secret. Nah, just kidding. I didn't put anything in it, I promise, lol." So I think it's got a bit of hemp in it.
It probably does. I think it probably does. Yeah.
Well, very tasty lager.
Best
lager I've ever drank.
Nice. That's a good review.
Yeah.
There is a couple of segments in the show where at one stage Sassy gets like a little food cart, like a hot dog cart thing.
Yeah.
And he's making these sandwiches, and he runs through his list of ingredients. And a couple of them have his sandwiches, and they go on like these 11-day trips.
Right.
But his list of ingredients in his burritos or whatever it is he's selling out of that trolley is phenomenal.
Right.
But yeah, he's and then I think there's another one where he's sharing a joint with someone, and someone asks him what he put in the joint, and he just lists off all this shit as well. And it's such a good show. I mean, it's done on Microsoft Paint, the show.
Yeah.
I don't think anything like that has ever been achieved before. An entire animated series.
Mhm.
One of the episodes is like almost an hour long. That
Wow.
probably would have taken them a year to do in paint.
Yeah.
Right.
Ugh. I gotta
But
go,
yeah,
guys.
the dude who created Big Les is a Wollumbar lad.
Lovely. So it's local.
Very local. There's Wollumban references. There's Cabarita references. There's all the references
Lovely.
to the Tweed Coast up there.
Yeah,
It's great.
nice. I have to check it out. All right, I gotta go, guys.
Watch it
I got
chronologically.
some
You gotta
bookings
go?
for the pool. Yeah, I gotta go. I got
Okay.
people who want to come over for a swim. So yeah, gotta organize that.
Oh, you guys
You're
decided
the
that with
pool
your fancy
guy.
swimming pools.
My swimming pool's open for action. So yeah, people
I'm
are
out here.
very
I'm out here
interested.
just trying not to drown in the snow.
It's fucking hot over here. I got the air conditioning cranking and I'm still hot. It's ridiculous.
It's cold as hell over here.
Yeah, man, I'm jealous. I wish we could have a teleporter and exchange warmth for
see,
cold.
Well,
What is
if it's still hot on Boxing Day, we might see you for a swim.
Sounds good, man. All right, I'll see you then.
All right, take it
Merry
easy.
Christmas. I hope your daughter
Thank
gets
you,
well,
dude.
Corvus.
Yeah, man. We'll get there. It's
She'll pull
it's
through.
38 degrees out right now.
Yeah, right. It must be hard.
It's
That's
funny
weird.
because it might actually be close to 38 degrees here.
Yeah.
It's just in a different scale.
Wrong scale. Yep.
Right. Lots of love, guys. And
Yeah, bud.
viewers, sorry I didn't interact with the comments much, but yeah, things are busy. So yeah, see you guys. Merry
All right,
Christmas,
take
everyone.
it easy, dude.
Oh yeah, look at
Bye.
that on Monday. On Monday, the overnight low is going to be 9.
Whoa. I wish I was there. Damn. All right, see you.
Freeze your nipples off.
Take it easy,
Freeze
dude.
your nipples.
Bye.
All right, bud. Yeah, I think they're saying that it might snow on it might be snowing on Christmas, so we'll see.
Well, we've got predictions of rain starting tomorrow night and going right through Christmas.
Jesus, man, next week. Ugh. Let's see. I got to figure out how to turn this to Celsius. How do I turn this? Where's the Celsius button?
Might
So
link to
okay,
your location.
so Monday or Tuesday, sorry, Monday, the daytime high will be 24 degrees, which is I think -3 Celsius or something, -4.
I find it really difficult to convert once we get down way below fish tank sort of heats. It's been my
So
standard conversion.
32 is 0.
Yeah, right. But
32 is 0. So we're going to
unfortunately,
be at
it's not a proportional ratio, is it? Once you get to a certain temperature, it gets closer and then it stretches out again. And once it goes under 0 or something, I don't know. I don't truck with
Well,
this.
how do I switch this to Celsius? This thing is being stupid. Hold on. Let me go to a regular weather thing. Hold on. Weather. Oh my. Okay. Hold on. Can I switch it to? Oh, here we go. Celsius. There we go. Okay. So the Sunday's high temperature this Sunday shall be 0. The low temperature is -8. The high temperature on Monday -3. The high temperature, yes. The high temperature on Tuesday is also -3, and I don't even know if I want to go further to find out what they're saying because it looks like it's going to be crazy.
Sounds consistently cold for you.
It's going to be cold, bro. I gotta get some heaters and throw them on my butt or something. I don't know. This is gonna be rough.
Bless that guy who invented insulated walls.
Bless
For you
that
people.
mess. So it'll be doing some snowing and stuff. Although today's high temperature was 3. Tomorrow's high temperature is going to be a scalding 8 degrees Celsius. That's pretty good. Then it's back down to 6 and 4, and then 3, and then 0.
I got to admit that the high single digit Celsiuses are some of my favorite temperatures.
What, like the Ocho?
Yeah, the Ocho, the Nuene.
That's pretty cold for you guys. Things start getting broken around there at those temperatures, don't they? They just start giving out.
Maybe. Mainly the humans.
The humans just start keeling over. Like, oh my God, I can't wear my shorts.
And I can't remember where I put my long trousers.
Yeah. Yeah. Where are my trousers?
I'm
Yeah,
old
you gotta go
enough to
walking
get
around saying stuff like
trousers.
trousers, dude. Yeah, sorry, man. I get heated about the Wheel of Time, dude. It's pissing me off, dude. It's pissing me off. But The Witcher is really good. I can recommend that so far.
Yeah, big time. I totally agree. Between Sarah stayed here Friday night and Sunday night, not Saturday night, but Friday and Sunday nights, and we smashed through, I think, 6 or 7 of The Witchers already.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, season 2 is really good.
Quite enjoying. But yeah, now I've got to wait till she won't be here again until Christmas night. So
you gotta wait till this weekend.
Yeah, it's kind of it's a blessing and a curse when we watch shows together, because we're not guaranteed, consistent nights with one another.
Yeah,
so,
I think the girls are upstairs. I don't know. They're having I think they're having a sleepover in the living room or something. I don't know what they're doing.
Oh yeah. That's
Which
nice.
means I won't be able to watch. I won't be able to watch an episode of The Witcher because
that's the TV room, is it?
A, I got to go to bed. B, that's the TV room. So I can't be watching The Witcher with a 3-year-old in the room. It's too much.
Good observation skills there, Rack. I expect that from an ornithologist. But yeah, I had a couple of wild turkeys and Coca-Colas. Sponsor me both. Why not? Go for it. But yeah, I avoid many sweet drinks nowadays. And if I have like 2 glasses of bourbon with cola, by the end of the second one, I'm just like, can't handle the sweetness and the coating of cola in my mouth. So I have to switch over to soda water to wash that shit out of my mouth.
Yeah. Hey, man, have you seen any of the trailers for the Book of Boba Fett yet?
I have, yes.
It looks like it's going to be good.
It looks like it's going to be bloody splendid.
Yeah. That looks like it's going to be rad.
What do we got? Only 7 days. A week from today, is it?
Right. Something like that. Yeah. Every time the trailer plays here, it's like late December. And I'm all like, tell me the day, you idiots. Like, what's wrong with you?
They're going for clicks. They want people to look it up and click stuff.
Yeah. Just keep opening that Disney app. Is it out yet? No? Oh. I guess I'll watch Tinkerbell again. The Adventures of Tinkerbell. Boy, howdy. So good. Telling you.
Yeah, apart from that and The Witcher and the Spider-Man movie, I'm not 100% sure there's much out there that I want to watch at the moment.
Well, I got to see the new Ghostbusters still. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, I had it confirmed, because you know how I was saying the other day about how it was opening here on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. Apparently, it is already out.
Well, there you go.
So I'm really confused about the advertising that I saw.
Can't imagine somebody didn't get fired over that mistake.
Yeah, potentially. Unless I was getting fed ads from, 12 months ago when they were just guessing release dates.
That's possible. That's good. That could be possible. You're like watching an old YouTube advert, like, oh, all right. Okay,
it is Australia after all.
You never know. You do have that backwards internet down there.
Yeah, we got all the old stuff.
Oh, Finn Nipper has a good point. The new Matrix movie.
Yeah, and hello, Finn Nipper. Welcome.
I have to I have to admit, with the new Matrix movie, I'm going with the. I'm gonna wait until I hear if people like it or not.
I don't know if that's a good ploy,
Why is that?
because then your own opinion might be skewed by all the different shit you've heard.
Well, if like so like Spider-Man, right? Like no question, I want to go see that in the theater, and we had tickets, but we had to cancel. You know, we had to get rid of them because COVID, right? And so like no question, like I want to go see Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Like we knew it was going to be the what do you call it, the megaverse or negaverse, what is it called, megaverse, multiverse, there we go. Yeah, like we knew that was going to happen. We knew Doctor Strange was going to be in it. You know, like it's going to be good, it's going to be fun. There'll probably be some plot holes. It'll probably be a little goofy here and there or whatever, but like it was going to be good. We want to see that in the theater. New Matrix, I don't know. The Wachowski brothers, one of them's not a brother anymore. One of them's now a they, them.
They
And
both are, aren't they? Didn't they both transition at the same time? But
I don't
only
think
one
they
of
both
them.
did. I only think only one of them did.
Oh.
Don't quote me on that. I don't know, but I know one of them didn't even work on this movie. One of them was like, nah.
Yeah, it is only one Wachowski now, but I was under
Yeah.
the impression they both transitioned. G'day, Chewie.
Maybe they both did. I don't know, but one of them decided not to even work on this movie. So you're like, well, right out the gate, there's already a problem. So, you know, I know that Keanu Reeves is in it. Like, okay, but like they didn't even get Lawrence Fishburne to come back for it. Like, so that's a problem because now they have Lawrence Fishburne, but it's not Lawrence Fishburne, but he's clearly doing the Morpheus character.
Yeah, he was just
You're
software,
like,
so they photoshopped his face.
Is Lawrence Fishburne still around, right?
Yeah, he probably just didn't want anything to do with it, or he's tired of getting confused with Samuel L. Jackson.
I mean, he's literally on a red carpet with Keanu Reeves, like for John Wick 2. For John Wick 2. So it's like obviously he knows Keanu Reeves. Yeah, he's still alive. He didn't pass away or anything.
No,
he's only 60 years old.
Maybe he's
hold on. We have an article here. What?
Chewie, I like the Admiral and the Doctor as a band name. That'd be good.
Okay, in 2020, Lawrence expressed the same sentiment when he was asked why he wasn't in the next Matrix movies, and his response was, "I have not been asked to join them, which is fine. I am hopeful that it will be wonderful and it will satisfy audiences and that people will love it." That was his response, which is literally like there's some kind of personal issue, and you know what I mean? Like that's the canned response that, like, you know.
I what's the bet? I probably could be pissing into the wind here, but maybe Lawrence Fishburne may have expressed his opinion of people that transition or something.
I don't think so, because that Wachowski is not even on the film.
I thought it was the transitioned one that is doing the Matrix.
That's not.
I thought when I saw the preview, it had a feminine sounding name in front of Wachowski. G'day, Skipper. Rack, you're really on the ukulele binge. You've been smashing the ukulele yourself, mate.
Oh, I guess they both transitioned. One's Lana and one's Lily. Okay, so maybe you're right. Maybe they both trans. Remember, they're both trans. I guess I don't even know.
Yeah,
I don't.
That's what
I know that one of them didn't work on it. So I mean, like I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like I'm no expert in the inner workings of the production of The Matrix 4. but I did hear a bunch of the stuff about it, so I'm just trying to remember it now off the top of my head. That one of the Wachowskis wasn't in it. I knew Lawrence Fishburne wasn't in it, and they were like, "No, we don't have any plans for Lawrence Fishburne." And it's like, but they put clearly a Lawrence Fishburne,
Replicant.
yeah, I guess into it. So it's just like the whole thing. Just I don't know. The whole thing has like shades of me going like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I want to. Well, here's the thing, like, because I think you and I talked about this one time, but it was like going to a movie with a 3-year-old, right? So like we have to get tickets, which is like $20 a person. So that's $40. We got to get a babysitter, which we pay our babysitter like $15 an hour. If we're gone for 3 hours, let's say we're gone for 4 hours, $60. There's $100 right there. Plus like a popcorn, and we're probably going to stop and get something to eat somewhere or something. I don't know, $120, $150 to go see a movie, right? If there's all this like weird nonsense going on in the pre-production phase, I'm like, I'm not spending the $150 to go see a movie in the theater.
Are you saying
that has all this weird stuff going on?
Like, erodes your confidence somewhat.
It erodes my confidence. That's why I'm saying, like, if some people go see it and it's people that I trust and they go like, dude, it's rad, bro, go check it out. I'll be like, okay, well, let's consider if we can maybe get tickets and go see it. That's cool. Maybe not this weekend, but the following weekend or something, maybe we could go see it for Christmas or something. Like if we get, like, for instance, if we drive over to Grandma and Grandpa's, we could leave Olivia with Grandma and Grandpa, and then me and Vicky and my sister can go see a movie.
If only.
So it's like that could be an option. But if a bunch of people I trust go and see it and they're like, yeah, I don't know, it's just like this weird disaster of a movie. I don't know what the hell is going on there. I'd be like, no, I'll just stream it, and Vicky and I will laugh at it from home or something, you know. But the Spider-Man's no question. The Spider-Man's just no question. We had tickets. We were going to go see it, but couldn't do it. The Rona, bro.
The
Rona.
Wonder if people will ever get sick of saying that.
I'm sick of saying it.
Yeah, Chewy saying that he's more into the mandolin than the ukulele. I'd love to get myself a mandolin. Have you ever tinkered with a mandolin?
I have, but I'm not an adept string player at all. I never. So I guess I don't know. I bet you it's exactly the same in Australia. So like, you throw a rock out the window of your house, and you'll hit somebody who can play a guitar. You know. So I never was like, wow, I really got to learn how to play guitar, because I had like 10 friends that already played guitar. But I didn't know anybody that played drums.
Around here, though, yeah. If you do throw a rock out your window, you are fairly likely to hit someone who can play a guitar badly.
Yeah. Well, that's true.
There's one particular guy who busks in front of the local supermarket, who's really bloody good. And then the following day, there's this old dude who sits there and plays. This is electric guitar through an amplifier. Dirty, out of tune, shitty sounding, just repetitive crap, and I just want to slap him in the back of the head every time I hear him. Right. And then the next day I go here and there's this dude playing really nice acoustic stuff, quality gear, and that alleviates my strain of the previous day's dude. But they seem to be on rotation. It'll put up with a day of the fuckwit, and then the next day it's nuts.
You got to figure out their schedules and just skip going down there on the fuckwits day.
Yeah,
just go on the day where they like, oh, when do you go to the market? We can't go to the market today. We got to go tomorrow. Why? Oh, the terrible old guy is going to be out there playing crappy guitar. Valid. Okay.
The blokes in the because we have. The supermarket is here, and then 90 degrees off to the side of it is the bottle shop. and the dudes to the bottle shop tell me that they shut their doors,
Right.
like, you know, generally have them nice and open to let the air in and stuff. But when old matey's there playing his terrible sounding guitar, they shut the doors up.
They just
let
like,
them
do they just walk out
work on
there
their
and give
own.
him the like, and then shut the door? Okay.
Well, hopefully when they put the doors back onto automatic, they can like do some form of bringing them together really hard to slam them,
That'd be
and then
good.
frown at him through the closed doors.
Yeah.
Or do
That's a
these
solid.
ones.
That's a solid, you know. See, that's the thing. That's something that you could put into a sketch show for sure, you know?
Hassling the shit busker.
Yeah.
G'day, Aquaman.
Oh my god, what's Aquaman doing here?
Just
Can we
saying
trust
g'day.
it? Can we trust it? Is it trustworthy?
Maybe.
Hey, did
maybe.
everybody hit the like button and the subscribe button? We're supposed to say that.
Oh yeah, you know what I forgot to say too? I decided through the week I had a comment on either last week or the week before's live stream saying replay team 6 here. And I said, oh, that's a good name for the people who watch the replay. So
Yeah.
g'day to you. If you're on replay 6 and you're watching the replay, let us know in the comments. If
Yeah,
you're
shout
part of replay 6, replay
Yeah.
team 6. Crikey, I got to get my name.
Replay team 6. It's legit. It's
Oh, g'day,
legit.
Prod A part. Wait, who's not shit?
I don't know. Somebody's good. I guess. It's debatable.
No. Yeah. Prod A part. That's my son. Really good music producer. If everyone needs music, yeah, right. He's talking about the music dudes, the buskers in front of the supermarket. There's the dude who plays the acoustic guitar, who plays really nice and good, and then there's crappy old Sandy who used to run a recording studio. But now I have no idea. I'm assuming he doesn't, because he clearly can't remember how to play guitar very well. Long grey hair, and shitty out of tune guitar. If you'd seen him play down there A part, you'd know who I was talking about. But if you're talking about the guy with the acoustic guitar who does the Skyrim-y kind of stuff, he's choice. That guy's good. I've put money in his bloody guitar case before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's got nice style, and he uses this little just like a little portable Bluetooth speaker to play backing track, and then he's got this little. Have you seen those little tiny Marshall amps that look like a Marshall stack?
Mm-hmm.
He uses one of them as well. And just the sound together is really nice. These two tiny, one Bluetooth speaker for his backing track, little Marshall thing for his guitar sound. That sounds bloody splendid. G'day, Rico, or should I say Rico Claus? I've heard you're being Santa this year, Rico. Did you hear about the stuff that Rico Stan's doing?
I don't know.
Doing all these giveaway vouchers on people's live streams and stuff.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
I missed the boat on that. I forgot to apply for it, or I found out too late, I should say.
Oh, you're supposed to apply?
Well, I think he only had limited amounts, so it was like a first in, best dressed scenario.
Right.
And if I'd probably got in time, we might have been doing some kind of giveaway today, because I think it was a Christmassy kind of giveaway.
Oh yeah.
And to answer your question, Rico Stan, no, we cannot.
No, we cannot. What?
He said, "Can you shut your gob? I'm sleeping over here."
Oh, good point. We can't.
Zero chance of that at the moment, because it'd be a very, very boring live. It will be an even boringer live stream than it is now if we just shut up and people just had to look at us, wandering our eyes all over the place. That wouldn't be exciting at all. I mean, we could try it one day. I wonder how long we could do that for, just staring at the camera or just looking around.
We probably
Perfectly
could for a
silent.
while.
I'd probably need to get up and do a wee early in the piece, but we'd have a crack. We'd have a fair crack at it.
It's possibility. Oh my god, I have so many SD cards over here.
Yeah, I knocked my pile onto the ground the other day, and I didn't know how many I had until I had to pick them all up off the ground.
Yeah. Well, I got a bunch of them with like Peru stuff on it, and I don't want to format those ones
Sensible.
just yet. Even though I have them all transferred over, I just don't want to format them yet. I don't know. Just going like, I don't know if I'm going to get that Peru footage ever again, so
Yeah.
might as well make sure to preserve it.
Well, what's your method of preserving? I think
I just-
SD cards are probably the best way to preserve stuff.
It's about the best way. It's like the original recording, you know.
Like I can remember the old days of SD cards, and I'm thinking, I've got to get that stuff off that card and put it onto a hard drive. And now it's like, wait, hard drives have moving parts and shit, and they fail and stuff.
Well,
And
I use
SD
most of-
cards are now 256 gig. I can just store stuff on there that has no moving parts.
Well, most of the hard drives that I put stuff onto are like
Solid
NVMe
state.
drives. Yeah, they're solid state drives, so it's just like, yeah, they're probably fine. But you know, there's nothing quite like having a backup copy in case, like, you know, maybe the video copied over weird and there's something wrong with it and you don't know because you're like, well, there's the file, but I never scrubbed it to see if it was good.
Yeah.
And of course, like, scanning it doesn't really work either. So,
Yes, you have to eyeball and earball it, which is.
but I
unfortunate
realized
when you've got a
today
card
when
full
I
of
was
20 hours of footage.
Well, I realized today when I was like recording that I filled up an SD card and I never put extra SD cards into my my little camera kit
bag.
that I take with me to the job site. And I was like, "Oh crap!" So I had to go find an SD card that still had some space on it. I was like, "Ooh, whoops, my bad." Not exactly the pro. Sometimes not 100%.
Well, that is one of
SD cards.
that is one of those mistakes that you seldomly make.
It's pretty rare because I had my SD card case with me. I just didn't have any of the micro SD cards. So I had a whole bunch of full size ones, but you know, it's like, oh, whoops. None of the little ones, none of the little tiny guys are in here. So
Far out, man. How what do you reckon those little micro SDs are going to max out at?
well, they're
Like
at a
how many-
terabyte now.
Far out, really, already.
Yeah.
G'day.
I have a
Vinos.
couple. I have a couple that are
Vinos.
I have a couple that are 400 gigs, and I have a couple that are. I have one that's like 512.
Yeah, right.
But the terabyte ones are just like well, they're expensive as all get out, but yeah, I don't know how small the architecture is going to get on that stuff, but it's crazy to think a micro SD card has a terabyte worth of information on it. Is just, it's mind-boggling, you know.
I was
considering, like,
astounded when I found one that was 256 gig, and I thought, "Whoa, is this technology going to get any better than this?"
right.
Yes,
I have
yes,
lots
it
of
is.
128s because those oftentimes go on sale. That's mostly what I use is the 128s.
Yeah, that's the only time I buy them, when I'm in the queue at the post office and I'm standing next to the racking with the SD cards. Oh, that one's on special. That's half price. Yes, I'll have two
look at
of them.
that.
Thanks.
Yeah.
That's
So-
my Blacky's tip for shopping people. Anything that's half price, buy two. You get two for the price of one.
Oh my.
Fucking life
Wait.
lesson, people.
What?
You get that for free. Free. Not two for the price of one. Free.
That's quite the value. Quite the value, folks. Don't underestimate the amount of value that you just received via that advice.
I could nearly call it a life hack.
It is a life hack.
2 for the price of 1, baby.
Beep, beep.
Oh, I think
But
I put my neck out doing that.
Yeah, I mean, I try not to do those kinds of athletic moves, you know. I got to work tomorrow. I don't want to throw my neck out. It's going to make tomorrow miserable.
Lol.
Wow. Kind of weird.
I was saying when I started that I was going to do a short live stream today because I had so many jobs to do, and then here we are almost 2 hours later and I'm still going. It's always the way, isn't it? Whenever I preface the live stream by saying it's only going to be a little one today, we end up going for 19 hours.
It's only going to be a little one today, guys. I don't even have any guests. Nobody's here. Don't know what's going on. Oh, well, there we go. Now there's people here. Oh, okay. Yeah. What was the I don't know. There was a fish thing I was going to talk with you about, but I don't even remember what it is now.
Oh, there was a balls thing I was going to. When you mentioned someone getting hit in the balls with a soccer ball,
right?
There was a an English batsman. Australia and England are playing Test match cricket at the moment, and the other day there was an English batter who was hit so hard in his testicular region that they whooshed him off to hospital straight away for scans on his balls because they feared that he'd ruptured a testicle or something. He's okay.
Yeah.
But that was a funny flashback to what
Vince says being a lot older than you guys. I remember a coworker buying an external hard drive for his computer, and he paid about $250 for a 1 gig hard drive, and I was pleased as punch. Maybe 1994, 1995. I think if memory suits, they didn't have 1 gig stuff until 97, I think.
I mean, he was speculating the dates, so
yeah. But the thing is, like, I was into computers when I was a kid, and so I was kind of around when a lot of that stuff came out. 1 gig hard.
I remember getting I think it was called a Fat Boy or something, and it was a 1 gig internal hard drive, but it had the big footprint, bigger than the smaller ones. And that seemed to be their selling point, that it was a big, like as big as a CD drive instead of the smaller hard drives. I found that quite odd even at the time. I think they were called Fat Boys.
Well, so I guess the 1 gigabyte hard drive was introduced in 1980, technically. With its complete casing, it was the size of a refrigerator. So technically 1980 is the actual. It cost $40,000 also, by the way. I'm trying to find like the actual. They were saying that like the first 1 gigabyte Corsair drive came out in 1991, but that was an 8-disc drive. So I think that's I don't know if that really,
if it fits into the same category.
Yeah, I don't think that fits into like what we were dealing with, because that might have come out and like been $10,000 or something instead of $40,000. I don't know.
Looks like Delaska's buddy Mickle has come in here as well.
But I feel like 1 gig drives were like 1997 when they were like in stores as the top hard drive, and I remember thinking like, wow,
as an actual thing that a normal person could purchase.
Right. Yeah. So maybe it was 95, 96, but man, I in 95, 96, 1 gig was not something that I recall being a thing. What the fuck?
Yeah, we know that, One Crew. I constantly make jokes about it because I don't think my channel deserves the popularity that robots bring. It's okay. 2 robots today. Normally I only get 1. Hooray! I finally made it.
Oh, you don't even have 1,000 subscribers yet.
No, I've been fluctuating around that 720 is about my minimum now.
Hey, what's with
And
these lazy subscribers? What's the deal?
I've gotten up to 725 and 722, but it just keeps wafting around that area. Rack, your dog has fleas. I hate fleas. They're my least favorite insect on the planet.
Oh my god. So the
Mickham,
IBM,
that was a
the
great
IBM
song.
Okay, check this out.
And good night.
Check this out. This is crazy. In 1957, the IBM Ramac was released with 3.75 megabytes of storage
Massive.
for $34,700. 1956, 57.
And does it say anything there about who were the main purchasers?
If you wanted a 1 terabyte drive, it would have cost you the equivalent of $80 billion in today's currency. I'm trying to find the 1 gig drive when that came out, but honestly, this is probably something that would take a while to look up. I thought it would have been much quicker, but then again, there is the computer museum is here in Seattle, and I want to go shoot a video there. But it's been shut down for a while because of COVID, and I don't know if it's back open. But I want to go up there and shoot a video at the Computer History Museum. It has like a whole bunch of really cool stuff there.
I wonder, has there been any other technology that's advanced as quickly as computer technology? Taking that kind of view of how much that hard drive would have cost. And now we can get a terabyte on a piece of plastic, a centimeter square, for probably $100.
Well, yeah, pretty much everything has, right?
Advanced that quickly.
Yeah, I mean, because most of the technology has advanced alongside computation. The ability for mass computation is pretty much what allows most of the stuff to exist. Because, so I guess an easy way to like quantify that would be, so you got to think in your head, I've got an idea, but it's going to cost, like, let's say $18 million to model the idea and test it a bunch of times, right? But with computer advancements at this point, you can create the model within the computer and test it within the computer. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like a good example would be like camera lens technology. Maybe there's not that many camera lens nerds around, but the math that goes into making a camera lens is out of control. It's just bonkers. Like, it's just, I've looked at some of the patents, or I've looked at a lot of the patents actually, and you're just like, what the shit is going, what is happening right now? Like, hurts my brain. Okay, just make me the lens and I'll put it on my camera, okay? But like a good example was so Sony has one, Canon has one, and I think Nikon like leases Sony's from time to time, but they actually have what is an actual supercomputer, right? So I believe when I saw the release of them acquiring said supercomputer, I think it was like $16 million or something for this computer.
When was that?
What's that?
When was that?
A year ago or something like that. They update them, but they sent out a release for Canon bought this one because they go, look, yes, it's a lot of money for this supercomputer, but it literally can save us like tenfold in wasted production time, because they can essentially model what they're trying to accomplish within the computer, and the computer can do all the computation to find out if it's actually feasible to actually work or not before they even bother to try and make something. But they can also patent things with it. So they can actually go, well, we've come up with 100 millimeter to 250 millimeter lens that's a f stop of 0.92 or something. They can actually patent that and go like, okay, well, that's actually our design. And then let's see, well, if we ever get to the point where we're going to... What's that?
Before it's actually been produced, just based on computer modeling. Yeah.
Yep. And so, yeah, it's one of those things where, and it's like to fall back on the beginning of the show today when we were talking about vaccines. A lot of people are skeptical by the vaccines, but one of the reasons that the vaccine was like so much quicker this time is that mapping the genome of the virus only took 2 days, where in the past it took like 10 years to map genomes. And then before that, we didn't even have a clue. We couldn't even do that before. So that right there is like a perfect example of a technology that we all sort of interface with in a real minimal way, right? But has sped up the timeline significantly because the genome mapping took 2 days. Like it's like no time at all, whereas in the past, people would be like studying the genome to even try to get to that point. But yeah, I mean, it's that kind of stuff where you're like, well, the mass computation has allowed for that kind of stuff to go. So like even when they were mapping the genome, there was a program where you could lend out some of your GPU, so your GPU processing, sort of like how Bitcoin mining works. And so it was kind of funny because I loaned out my computer to just run at like, I think I was running at like 70% to loan computation processing for that. So it wasn't just one supercomputer. It was like a network of all the computers that are like crunching it to really, accomplish it. And then so everybody would have a copy of it too. So everyone would have it and everyone could jump off, start researching as quickly as possible. So that's like a good example of like the technology has come so much faster, but it's led a bunch of people to be super skeptical. Yeah,
sure.
It's like, well, it took us 20 years for the polio vaccine. It's like, hey, you idiots were burning leaded gas, you morons. Like, of course it took you 20 years. You guys were breathing in lead all day.
Even 5 to 10 years ago, you could use video rendering as an example. It used to take ages to render a video, and now just zips along
forever. Well, I mean, nowadays, like my computer is pretty beefy compared to most people's. Nowadays it's not that crazy to have a computer like mine, because I built mine a couple of years ago, and it was like people are like, "Oh my God, you're spending what on the processor?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but it's gonna last, 4 or 5 years, and I'm not gonna have to worry about it." Which
that was
of course
always my theory when building.
Which of course was like, I didn't buy the top of the line, but you drop down a little bit.
Third bot.
What's that?
Third bot, and its name's Nanette.
What are they putting into the chat? What is that?
Well, someone suggested before that it's naughty links, adult links.
Is it? It's just like,
I don't know. I'm not following any of their links.
I don't even see the link. It's just like voy. FYI.
Well, it's they put them in. The bots have been trained to put their links in with spaces, so that the dirty people that like to follow those links, they know where to eliminate the spaces from, and the algorithm doesn't pick up that they're putting a link in there. It looks like, look at Nanette's sentence. It's almost 2 complete sentences.
That's true. It's very solid. But that's three bots. That's 3 bots in one stream. Well, we must be doing good. We must be doing good tonight. That must mean we have like 1 million likes, right?
Must mean. Oh, yeah. See how YouTube stopped displaying dislikes now? Like the old Instagram?
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate because I used to always like to see.
Oh, you can still
Before-
see if you go into your control panel, like on your phone, you can see the dislikes on there.
Oh, yeah, but I like to have it right there in my face as fresh motivation.
Right.
Hello, Dee Dee. I'm not sure if I said hello to you again. I think I said
So,
hello
like-
to you in the ladies' night.
So like my live stream yesterday was really polarizing. I don't know, 8 people unsubscribed, 2 dislikes.
Based on what?
Yesterday's live stream pissed people off. So the one I did yesterday.
That was the one where you're talking about Olivia and stuff, and
Well, that's been
It's
it's been a 2-stream
been a running theme.
arc. Yeah. So it's one of those weird things, but like it doesn't matter. It is what it is. I even said it yesterday that it's like it doesn't matter what you say. Somebody's going to be mad. You know, like someone is going to be mad.
Yeah.
You know,
That's a given.
you could literally be like, cupcakes are delicious, and somebody be out there like, oh God, what? This guy's an asshole. You know, it's like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do?
It's like that
Yeah.
that old saying. There's 3 things certain in life:
Right.
death, taxes, and someone getting cranky.
That's right. You know, and it's one of those things that like I understand that like people are upset that I haven't released fish tank edited videos, you know. And I understand that like some people get upset and they're going to leave and they're going to do that and stuff, and that's a bummer, man. It's a total bummer, and it makes me sad. And I don't want, you know, people to get sad and be a bummer and end up leaving and not being a part of my community anymore. But also at the same time that like I have committed to doing the live streams. That's what I committed to do, right? I want to put out edited content, but I didn't like the edited content that I was putting out at all. And so I've been back to the drawing board and trying to make content that I consider to be good enough. And some people don't like that they're like, well, I just want to see the rough draft. And it's like, okay, then become a producer on my channel. And it's like, well, I don't want to do that. I don't have any money and I don't want to do any of that. And it's like, okay. Then hey man, I'm not mad. I mean, it's a bummer that people are bummed out, but like, okay, you know, I mean, you know, Raffi Judkins got to make the Wheel of Time with like no experience realistically. So it is possible that people can get a TV show or get some kind of sponsorship. So I unfortunately, like, I'm on the crowdsource thing, so I'm trying to crowdsource time to like work on stuff, and I am working on stuff. So we'll see when it comes out if people think it's worthwhile or not. But you know, in the meantime, I know that it frustrates some people, but it's just I'm doing what I got to do, and if people got to go away while I'm doing it, then you know.
On that as well, then you've got to you know, make sure that you respect and reward those people that stuck around and really enjoy what you've got to come.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, they're going to enjoy it. It's going to be a new street for you to wander down.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to be ultimately you're going to be more satisfied with your own work because you feel you're doing, you know, stuff that suits you better.
Well, it's a weird thing. Like I've been frustrated at like bands that didn't put out an album for like 3 or 4 years, right? You know?
Yeah.
But also, but when they come out and then they put out an album and it's like, oh, they were gone for 5 years. And you're like, well, yeah, they were writing songs and then they wrote bad songs and they sucked and they didn't want anybody to like pay money to hear them. Right. You know, but then it's like, oh, and then they had to like kind of tour around and figure out what they were doing with the songs and play them live sometimes and then go back and rewrite them because it doesn't work correctly when you actually try to play it. And so, you know, it's one of those things that like I've been upset that a band didn't put out a record, but I didn't feel like I was being neglected somehow, right?
Yeah.
Like I didn't feel like I was being shortchanged because they were working on the project. And I think a big part of that is because like you have no contact with those people whatsoever, ever.
Yeah.
You know, like you. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of a band off the top of my head, but like Mastodon, I've never talked to any of the guys from Mastodon, and if I sent them an email, I wouldn't even expect a response, so I wouldn't even bother, right? But like they did start making little short YouTube videos, like, and you're like, oh, okay. I guess they're YouTubers now, so now I guess I just can get outraged and start screaming at them and acting like a dickhead. It's like, well, no, like they're making.
I'd rather
what,
wait. I'd
Yeah.
rather wait 5 years for a band to put out a record than, expect one the next year and be dissatisfied with the songs. If it takes 5 years to put out, a dozen healthy songs, I'd much prefer that than having, poop in my ears.
Right. Well, and it's like I do happen to know, like for
Oh,
instance,
g'day,
like
T-Bones.
so here's an example. So like that like one of my goals is to someday be able to make some long format content. Like when I was a kid, I thought it would be great. When I was a teenager, I thought that would be great. When I was in my 20s, I thought that would be great. When I was in my 30s, I thought that would be great. Now I'm in my 40s, I thought that would be great. But I never thought that I would ever have an actual opportunity to ever do that. You know what I mean? It's like thinking when you're a kid, like I could be an astronaut someday, and it's like, dude, you're never gonna take all those math classes, so it's just not gonna happen, right? But I honestly think that there is in this day and age an opportunity to make stuff like that. Will it be extremely difficult? Yes, it will still be difficult, but it's somewhere within the grasp, right? So like my head is in there. I do happen to know a famous author, very well. And
It's not me. I'm not
It's
the
not you.
famous author he's talking about.
no. So there is like even just the outside chance of going like, like there could be something there could exist, but it's going to take a lot of work, And like if I don't know how to mic up 5 people rapidly to shoot like an indie shoot with me as the whole crew, like nothing is ever going to happen. So, you know what I mean? Like it's just stuff like that no one ever experiences when you're watching that show, any of that stuff that goes into that, right? Like no one cares about that. Making sure that the audio is good when you go watch Spider-Man. They probably have 300 people working on that, So, I that's just like a big part of what I'm working on. And one of the things that I realized I was super, super deficient in was like actual shooting, like what it is to set the script, figure out what the storyboards are, figure out what all of the stuff that needs to be done in order to like put it all together, like color grading. Who in the chat knows how to color grade film? Right?
Yeah, I'm starting to think that I might have bitten off more than I could chew when I started writing my robot horror porno script.
I mean, you could do robot horror or you could do robot porno. But robot horror porn?
Yeah. I think once I exceeded 2 genres,
I think if you
might have
pick
cut
your
off my
2 favorite. Yeah. Or horror porn, maybe?
Nah, it's been done.
That's been done.
But the decision between robot porn or robot horror, that's where I'm torn.
That's true. It's true.
Well,
True facts.
I mean, I like violence and I like sex.
Mm-hmm.
Which way do I go? Maybe I do the old dusk to dawn, divide the movie in 2 halves. Oh, now I'm thinking.
That could work.
This stream will be evidence of the idea, by the way, so no one steal my idea.
Yeah. Or
It's
at least
recorded.
if they do steal it, they better make it good.
Yeah, and sling me some credit.
Yeah.
Credit in the form of imperial credits or US dollars will be acceptable.
Imperial credits, right? Well, you know, it's like, so I mean, here's the thing. Like when I was a kid, I went to music engineering. I went into that, and then I went into music theory. And I thought, damn, dude, like being a music engineer, you could probably do a bunch of stuff. You could probably, you know, and I knew a lot of those guys, and I knew a lot of guys that did like weird videos and stuff like that. And, you know, I got super dejected because it's like when you're 22 years old and you realize that like none of those dreams are going to come true. None of that stuff's going to happen. And you better just go to work and just put your head down, go to work, have some fun where you can, and that kind of stuff. In the last 20 years, the technology, like we were talking about, has come leaps and bounds to the point where 20 years ago, like a big movie set camera or something like that was like an unimaginable amount of money. It's unimaginable amount of money. You know, it's just like somebody could just tell you 100 billion, million, gazillion or whatever, and you'd be like, well, that's the same as what the actual price tag is. So whatever, you know. And there was a point where we could rent stuff, but like you're renting janky nonsense and you still couldn't even edit and stuff like that. Like I can edit in my office now. I have cameras that can shoot pretty damn good. And I own them, you know, like it's not like I got a rental or something. It's like I could literally shoot 2 cameras at 4K quality that might not be Netflix quality or anything like that, but is pretty damn good. I could color grade it. I can edit it. I have a library of music that I can use, sound effects, all that kind of stuff. And that stuff was unimaginable 20 years ago. It just was never going to happen. And I'm at a point right now where I'm pretty close to doing something, you know? And so I'll a lot of my spare time is pretty much just figuring out all this crazy stuff that, you know, people would go to film school for, you know, and people that go to film school, they go to film school for 4 years. Then they're like an intern for like 4 years. Then they're working, and then they're in the, you know, then they're in the union, they're in the SAG union and whatnot. And then they're on set for 10 years. And then they
they're in some pool hoping to get picked from.
Right. And then they might get a shot, you know? And so, you know, trying to relate that to some people, like Taika Waititi would be a perfect example. Like that guy just busted onto the scene. And it's like, I think he's older than I am.
Yeah. He's been flogging away for a fair while now.
Hold on. I want to see how old he is just to make myself feel bad or feel good. Yes, he's older than I am.
He's probably even older than I am.
He's 46, so he's actually not. He's not that old.
Almost as old as me. Because I'm 46 now, but in 8 days' time, I will be 47.
So it's like if he started when he was 21, it's been 25 years of plugging away at it, and it's pretty much the only thing. Like, here's the deal: he's probably done some dumb jobs or whatever. But
think about where he's from as well. He's been trying to do his thing down in New Zealand for so long. And that's a very, 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 very small country with very few people. You know, it takes a lot to get product released onto screens in New Zealand.
So yeah, I mean it's one of those things. Aquaman's asking, do I have another YouTube channel? Yes, I have other YouTube channels. By the way, it costs nothing to make other YouTube channels, so nobody freak out. But
don't be disappointed when you go to his OnlyFans.
Yeah,
the content on there is terrible.
It's lo-fi. It's lo-fi.
Yeah,
Um,
old cameras.
But it's one of those things. So like Taika Waititi, like he came out of nowhere, right? But it's like that guy, if he started when he was 21, that's 25 years ago. So I mean, he was, and I'm sure he started younger than that. He probably started when he was 17 or 16. It's New Zealand years, you know, like they let you do whatever down there. If you're like, oh, what are you 15? All right, get over there. Yeah. So, you know, and it's like from that example, it's like, well, that guy just bust on the scene, you know, and it's like, well, he didn't really just bust like out of nowhere. And so, you know, it's just one of those. It's one of those things, you know. Aquaman wants to know what my other channels are. I'm not going to tell you what they are. I don't. I've
You
actually
have
talked
to
about this.
Find the Aquaman.
I've talked about this
Detective
on other
skills
streams.
engaged.
And like, here's the problem, like with the parallel channels thing, is that like, if I put my channels out there to the fish channel people, like you guys will all go sub it because you'll be like, oh, I want to represent what Joel's doing. But like, let's say one of my channels is a bongo drum channel, right? And it's just me playing bongo drums.
Don't let out the secret of my other channel. Bloody hell. You could have used another example.
God, you're right. I could have. Tchotchkes.
I'm going to have to
But
change
like,
my
if
other channel.
let's just say it was a bongo drum channel and you have like zero interest in bongo drums and any of that stuff, you'll go sub that channel, and then the Google algorithm that runs YouTube will see that you subscribe to that channel, clicked into one video, watched 10 seconds of it, and then left and never came back and watched anything ever again. So what that'll actually end up doing is just tainting the information that you get from putting stuff out on channels that are specifically directed towards, here's a thing that I'm doing here. If any of those channels like pop off to a point where it wouldn't matter as much, then I'll let the Fish Fan people know. But otherwise,
All three of them
maybe
have
you
only
could
got
look
7
around.
subscribers at the moment, so you're all right.
What's that?
I said all 3 of them have only got 7 subscribers or so at the moment, so yeah, you don't want people
2.
coming along and tainting your algorithm.
Well, it's not so much the algorithm; it's just that I'm not going to get the actual information from it that I'm trying to garner, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I totally appreciate that. That's why I always tried. I mean, surely I stepped out of my guidelines on occasions like today, but I preferred the organic growth because I just wanted to engage with people that actually wanted to be here.
Right.
I didn't really care about the numbers as such. Just, you know, I wanted the organic growth and have people that actually just wanted to hang out together and make chats and whatnot. Hello,
Yeah.
I hate stupid people. I can't remember IHSP's first name, so I always have to refer to I hate stupid people. I'm going to try and remember it, but I bet I don't. I'm going to say it's Brian. No, it's not. I'm pretty sure I hate stupid people is a lady, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't know, honestly. I just don't. I should, but I don't.
Yeah, Gamers Aquamane. I nearly called you Aquamate. Steph, that's right. Thanks, GRB. It's Steph at IHSP. I knew it was a lady's name, but it's still, Steph is almost ambiguous, isn't it? Androgynous, even.
It's androgynous.
What was I going to say?
So, like, well, I mean,
something about
still,
Aquamane's comment about Aquarium Channel told subs they don't give a shit.
Yeah, they just don't care, and that's
there's
the thing.
Genres, there's fields.
Yeah, genres, types, film types. Like if I was making horror content, right? Like we were talking about earlier, and I was like, "Hey, all you fish people, go look at this," and they might, there might be a couple of people that might show up and like it or something, but you're literally like pulling from the wrong bin. It's the wrong bin of people.
Yeah.
that they just don't want to show up for that, you know. So
I mean,
I mean, like, see, the thing is that, like,
people.
I'm eternally grateful for the people that support my channel. Like, I hope if anybody here is a supporter of my channel, I want you to know that, like, 100%. I wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't for the people that, like, are members and patrons and all that kind of stuff. Like, it's just, it wouldn't be the case. But, you know, I'm literally at the point right now where I go, I do YouTube, I do side jobs, I do my main job, you know, take care of my kid, try to take care of my spouse, try to do all that kind of stuff. And, you know, every week that I'm doing all this stuff, I generally get about a half a day worth of savings towards taking time off to make content. You know, does that make sense? It's like I've saved enough money to go, like, well, that's about a half a day that I could put in the bank. I can put it over here into one of my accounts. And some people would be putting it in their 401k. Some people would be putting it in their retirement. Which, by the way, don't stress out, people. I still put some money in my retirement, whatever they let me put in there. But, you know, like, that's what I'm having to do right now, is that I have so much work to do and stuff, and a bunch of it pays cash. And it's like I can start banking some money and go, hey, maybe in March I can take 2 weeks off, and I can pay myself to work on you know, a project that I want to work on that's video related. So, you know, but, you know, it is what it is. The thing that I've mentioned a few times is that if somebody desperately wants me to only focus on making YouTube fish content, they could sponsor that if they want, you know. And it's super rude to say that, but, like, it's the truth. Like, if somebody wants to pay me 10 grand a month or something and be like, only make YouTube aquarium videos, I'd be like, well, I guess I got to take this job. This is a lot more money than I make now. You know. So
Yeah, there's a delicate balance between what you want to do and what the people want you to do, and ultimately it comes down to who's paying for it.
Mm-hmm. So the unfortunate thing is, like, if I could just work on side projects all the time, I would just do that. But I don't know how my mortgage gets paid when you don't have the dineros.
Yeah,
you know, the bank
regular dineros.
Yeah, the bank doesn't accept YouTube likes. Or
it doesn't accept. Yeah, it doesn't accept gunners either.
Gunners? What is that?
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that.
I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I'm gonna pay you. Don't worry. Yeah, I'm gonna pay you.
I learned that one from my dad. A gunner list. List of things I'm gonna do.
That. I like that one. I got to take that one.
Yeah, I recommend it.
My repertoire.
It's one of my favorites of his anachronisms. Is that the right word? Jesus, I don't think I'm using words right today.
Yeah.
What does anachronism mean? Someone who knows words in the chat, let me know what anachronism means.
We get the vibe.
If I used it right. I'm fairly certain I used it right. I mean, I do at least 15 crosswords a day. That's where I learned most of my words
Xana
from.
do 15 crosswords a day.
I Xana do. I do. Xana do.
Yeah, Vince has a good point. Taylor from Simple Beta has over 100,000 subs in that channel and set up a separate channel for her step dancing, which gets like 50 views or something per video. She does it because she likes dance. Yeah, Taylor is awesome. Like, Taylor is one of the YouTubers that I have met a bunch of times that I would give the 100% stamp of approval of, like, you should like her YouTube content and you should like her as a person. Like, yeah, she gets my stamp of approval. I'm like, yeah, she's awesome. And yeah, it's a good example of, like, if she puts her step videos on her fish channel, it would just ruin her fish channel. A bunch of fish people would be super pissed and they get all upset, and then she makes less money and blah blah blah. And I get it. Like, I know a lot of people are like, hey, stop doing the live streams and stuff because I only want to watch 5-minute videos about how to turn the filter
How to
on.
do this?
Yeah. And it's like, okay, like I get it. I have a limited amount of time in the week, and doing the live streams is fun for me. I like to interact with everybody who's not around normally. I like to do the live streams. So
Yeah, I think that's a facet of it that the viewer often neglects unless they've hosted a live stream or done a live stream themselves. They don't understand that doing a live stream is a really good way just to connect with the audience, and
right.
that's one of the main reasons that I just keep doing a live stream, is because 99% of the time the people that rock up are cool people that just want to hang out and have a good chat, listen to some shit being wafted on about, and you know, that's a mental health directive for me, that it's something that I need to do just to, you know, commune with people, because I don't necessarily get that option being somewhat of a hermit. So it's an outlet for me to interact with humans, and like I say, people that don't do that on a regular basis probably don't understand that facet of it, that it's emotionally satisfying for us to interact with other humans on this aspect.
Yeah.
And it can also be emotionally disturbing to constantly feel that you have to create video content on a smaller scale, just so the masses are entertained.
And that's the weird thing, is that like you and I have a lot of similar interests, you know, and so an opportunity for you and I to sit down and like talk about stuff that we like, see what people are talking about in the chat. Maybe we said something stupid, somebody's pointed out. It's like, oh man, you know, and it's generally a good time. And we also get to talk about the things that we want to. If somebody brings up something fish related, we're like, oh, hey, let's figure that out. Oh, here's the best way to do that, blah, 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 you know. But like, you know, I don't think you and I would, well, I mean, just from the simple standpoint of like, you and I wouldn't be able to hang out if it wasn't for the internet, right? Like, you're in Australia, I'm in the States. Like, we're going to fly down there once a week and be like, hey, bud, what's up, dude? What are you doing? You know, you just hanging around, you know, like, it's just really, I can't afford it, bro. It's too expensive, and the flight's too long. So, you know, and like, but it's a good opportunity for us to like hash out stuff, talk about things, you know, just all sorts of nonsense. And I think it's fun. And a lot of the stuff that I listen to is like people hashing out stuff on the internet. A lot of the stuff I listen to is people getting heated about shit or whatever. And you and I normally don't, because we are pretty fairly like-minded about a lot of stuff. Now, obviously, you know, you think Grogu should be doing a thing and Luke Skywalker should be doing a thing, and I think they should be doing something else. But it's like, well, we're both interested, and we're gonna find out what happens. And it's pretty fun to, you know, talk shit about that kind of stuff. And I think it's valuable. Otherwise, otherwise people don't have to watch it, I guess. I don't know. You know, I don't know. I've gotten a weird thought there. I'm getting tired.
Anachronism is a thing that seems out of place in the time period, like a rotary phone. I've still got one. It doesn't work anymore, but I've still got one.
You could plug it in.
Yeah. Hopefully, Steph. Hopefully, you got the difference between an acronym
and an acronism.
Anachronism.
Yeah, because the acronym is the like WC is water closet or water change or whatever. Yeah.
Water closet. Yes.
Yeah. Oh.
But yeah, that's. I think based on the comments, that's what Steph was saying, that she was distracted by the water, needing to go to the water closet.
Yeah.
Or potentially she was looking up definitions whilst on the water closet.
I hate to do it because we're having fun, but it's 9:30, bud.
Yeah, we should split it anyway, because I've got 1,000 jobs still to do in the next 3 days.
I got 6 hours
I
to
want
sleep.
to. I want. What?
I got 6 hours to sleep. And I
Yeah,
gotta
I
get up
ju-
and
I
go back to
just-
work.
I want to. My goal is to not have to do anything on Friday, so I can drink heaps and wake up on Christmas Day with a hangover, and then not have to
Strong.
do anything again.
Strong plans.
Yeah, I mean it's good to have goals, isn't it?
Got to have goals. Well, I hope you have a Merry Christmas and a happy holiday weekend of hangovers and drunkenness or whatever it is you're doing, and family and whatnot.
Hopefully, I don't have any hangovers. I'm going to try and moderate myself. It's too many days in a row where you can just cut loose. So
Yeah,
when you're old like me, you've got to learn to moderate.
you end up just feeling haggard, bumming around.
Yeah. And I mean, if I wake up with a hangover on Christmas morning, I'm just going to start drinking again, and then I'm going to wake up with a hangover on Boxing Day, and it's just going to compound until I'm just too sick, and then I have to spend a day in bed.
That's too much. Don't do that.
It is too much.
All right, brother.
So yes, even though you've got a crook child, Merry Christmas to you, Happy Holidays, and all that shit.
Yeah, we'll be all right. We'll be all right. She's on the mend.
Fingers crossed she mends up in no time flat. I imagine being a healthy child that she's gonna be cool and good. And
Well, it's the funny thing is that like the soonest we can test her for her release from COVID jail is Friday, and then we will get the results like Saturday, which is Christmas. So either way, it's gonna
be
end
a
up being a
lovely
week
Christmas
late.
present.
What's that?
It'll be a lovely Christmas present if you get your results on Christmas Day and it says, Olivia no longer has the COVIDs.
No longer has the Rona. Yeah.
Thanks, Santa.
Thank you, Santa Claus. Yeah.
Maybe,
all right, buddy. I'll talk to you on the other side.
I wonder how many cures Santa's going to be handing out this year.
Well, I hope it's a lot. You know,
I'm sure the elves can make them.
You would think, but they've been pretty lazy. They've been union busting up there.
They've probably had the COVID themselves. It's gone right through the workshop.
That's right.
Making substandard wooden toys and whatnot.
Very true. Very true. All right, man. I gotta go.
All right. Happy Christmas.
Bye-bye.
All that shit. Bye now. All right. And then there was one. Yes, it confirmed no scungy today. I know confirmed it very late, but yes, she's had too much on work, kids and stuff, and sickness and whatnot. But I'm going to close it out here because I've got to do a whole lot of stuff before I have to cook dinner. Hey, that's all right, Steph. No sweat. You were here, and that's all that counts. Doesn't matter when you got here, you were here. That's all I care about. Look after yourselves over this holiday period, this silly season that is thrust upon us by the marketing gods. Look after yourselves. Take care of everything you need to take care of. But yeah, I think I started with take care of yourselves, but that's the most important thing. Look after yourself first and foremost, and then worry about everyone else, you know. Aquamate, can you let me know, are you doing a premiere at the 5:30 time slot? We shall promote it if you are. Generally at this time, well, not at this time, in about 45 minutes time, Aquamate chucks up a premiere. There we go. We've got a link in the chat. Everyone who wants to, go and have a look at Aquamate's premiere. I'm absolutely busting for a pee, so I might have to cut this even shorter. Big kisses back to you, Patty. Mwah. Take care of. Yeah, he did, didn't he? Yeah, but I don't say that. My oh, look out! Aquamate's premiere is a highlight video of the year. Get into it, people. Go and check out Aquamate's premiere in a little while. Merry Christmas to you and your families. Take care of yourselves and each other. Had to squeeze it in there, Vince. And we might even do another stream next week, just before my birthday. Because it's my birthday very soon. I'm getting very old. But unlike Jerry Springer, my sign-off is I'll see yous when I'm looking at yous. And then I've got to take that hand that I pointed with and use the mouse and stuff.